said he would tell when he got to the reunion, for me, the answer was it was pretty
stupid. It was stupid.
Have to get suited and booted and be at the reunion.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 1. I was just listening to this speak on it on All True Tea IG page. What's his name? Don Juan and Candy having a conversation. Okay, so we're going to talk about the episode. I'm not going to go in any particular order. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. I'm trying to listen to this thing with Candy and Don Juan. So let me get my notes together. We're down here, okay?
Okay. So you feel like Drew lied? Do you feel like Drew?
Drew is a liar. That's the thing. What are you looking at, kid? Drew is a liar. That's the crazy part. And I don't like Drew Zadora. I don't like her. I think she's whack as hell. I think she's whack and she's tired. I don't like her. And that's just how I feel about it. I don't want to see her back. Overall, the episode was pretty good. I need to go get my car washed. It took me, I have some tweets about it and everything like that. I want to keep my car on because I'm cold, but I guess I'll be all right. Okay, so they started with the conversation about them gaining weight. So they talked all about that. They talked about Porsha being a vegan and a baby vegan or whatever, and why she says that, because she says it's more about the diet. It's not. She's not really a vegan, right? Because we know. We got on Porsha and Dennis and their relationship. And she said that he is not giving her Chanel purses anymore. They are transitioning from being their relationship onto being family, is what she said. Family. Okay, girl. They got into Porsha's activism, and Andy was letting her know how proud he was of her. And they talked about Georgia going blue or whatever. Then they focused on just Kenya's one scene or soundbite of her saying what she said about Porsha's activism. And Kenya basically said it doesn't match. You didn't invite us to certain things. What did she say? What else did she say? If you was really about a cause, right? And that was weird, because she was like, if it was really about a cause, then you would have invited everybody. It wouldn't have been no mess. And she was like, well, that's just some petty stuff. But Porsha, you made it petty. If you were really about, Porsha's not about, you know what I don't like? It bothers me that Kenya is so willing and like ready to apologize, to do all of these things, and it's so weird. It is so weird. And then for Porsha to come back and say you don't want to extend people grace. It was a lot. What I didn't like about the episode, mainly with Porsha and Drew, is the blatant dishonesty. I just don't like it. Like, we know y'all are going to say things that don't sound right, but everyone has a right to question your activism, especially if what you're demonstrating doesn't match your message, your activist message. It doesn't match. If you were really about being an activist and really about getting everybody, she said, well, why would I invite anyone who was questioning me? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But Kenya saying, and I'm proud of you. No, why say that? Get out of that pageant shit. Like, Kenya gives you pageant, a little bit of pageant, and it's like too willing to say apologize. Why the fuck are you apologizing to Drew about something that you didn't say? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you said it, and then who gives a fuck how she feels? Like, I will never, what'd she say? I would never forgive you for that. I was devastated and I was shaking. Girl, shut the fuck up. You wasn't devastated. devastating and shaking over Kenya retweeting someone saying that the conversation with your son was cringy? Let the kid go play Minecrafts or something? What the fuck? Like, you're doing all of that? Like, that was too much. Like, that was too much. And it was clear that Drew wanted it with Kenya. You know what I'm saying? It was clear. Like, for instance, when she was saying, they were in a conversation about your family, Drew, right? They were in a conversation about your family. They cut, which was the worst editing ever and I've ever seen, but they cut to Andy having a conversation with Candy about Block, where Ralph was nowhere sitting behind Drew, and then they cut back to Drew wanting to say, oh, I have one more thing to say. Kenya, why did you... Even Ralph was behind you looking like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, are you for real? You was devastated and you were shaking. You were devastated, girl. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. But anyways, questioning the activism. While you're sitting over there on the curb, does Porsha understand? No, she doesn't. Let me just be clear. People demonstrate activism in different ways, right? People resist systems of oppression in different ways. I don't have to be, nor does anyone else have to be on the front lines pretending to be arrested. No. They don't have to do that. So while you're pretending to be arrested, you can't throw that in my face because I'm not out there with you pretending to be arrested. Get the fuck out of here. Like, for real. God damn. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, it's the stupidity for me. It really is. Then Porsha says, I come from a humble place. No, you don't, because what you're doing is self-serving, girl. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it to change your brand. That's what you're doing it for. But when you speak, we remember, okay? Then she says she sacrificed herself. If you don't get your Joan of Arc ass out of here, girl, you sacrificed yourself, Porsha. Did you? Did you sacrifice yourself? Did you, girl? Your actions don't match. That's what it is. Would you like for me to be silent? Yeah, because when you talk, bitch, we remember. We remember. And I do want somebody to let me know when Kenya compared Porsha's lack of the Underground Railroad to BLM. I want to know that, because in the clip they played, she said Porsha missed school. Porsha missed school on the day they taught class and the day they taught about the Underground Railroad. Girl, let me tell you something, Porsha. You're going to have to hang that up, because the same way Kenya's ass has been the joke, the Underground Railroad, and you saying that there was 265 days in a year, that's going to stay on you, girl. That's part of you. That's how we met your ass, right? Okay. So, while you trying to sacrifice yourself to change how you look, so nobody can think that you are the girl from the Some Cut video, you can change your image, but don't sit up here and say that you are sacrificing yourself for this cause, and then at the same time turn around and not invite a people. And then I didn't like the fact in the scene when they were talking about LaToya talking about the alimony thing, and Andy was like, well, you know, Porsha and Drew Porsha stuck up for you in that moment. And she was like, oh yeah, I saw that, thank you. And Drew's like, me too, bitch. Bitches always want to be counted. Sit your face ass down. Sit it down. Don't nobody care. That's why, and that's why in the little clip that I just heard of Candy saying that she doesn't know why the people aren't on Ralph the way they were on the other husbands, because nobody believes the story, Candy. Don't nobody believe it. Drew is a liar. And Drew is taking every story that is Kenya versus another cast member, Drew is trying to embody all of those issues that Kenya has had with everybody on the show. Do you really believe that Kenya wants Ralph? Do you really believe that it was like that? You really believe? But Aunt Nora can grab his hand and have his hand under the table and say, girl, watch out for me. But you know why. And it's the same reason why nobody said anything about Peter and Nene flirting, but everything about the beauty queen flirting with Apollo. Shit. Tired of y'all shit. Drew, you want to take everything. Oh, okay, she was trying to flirt with... No, she wasn't trying to flirt. And let me tell you something. Drew. Every single story is fake. I don't believe nothing Drew says. I don't believe the tears. I don't believe nothing. Nothing that Drew is talking about is believable. I feel like her and Ralph are scripted, super scripted. What was that app, baby? What was that app, girl? To show that he went on a run after he fucked some bitch in a hotel room. The story is fake. Because no woman, we're in therapy every Monday. That's what she says. The story is fake. You can tell it's fake because if you were really upset about your man going to a hotel or whatever the hell for 3 days out of the state, when they retold the story, you would have remembered, and therefore those emotions would have been visible, right? But those emotions weren't visible because they're not attached to anything, because that shit didn't happen. Drew is a liar, and I don't see how I don't want that lady back. They get on Kenya and Mark. Oh, Porsha, what else did they say about Porsha? Candy was looking crazy when they said something about inviting to the PSA. Yeah, girl, ain't nobody said you didn't sacrifice yourself. Shut up. Okay, so they get on Kenya. What time is it? They get on Kenya and Mark. Let me tell you something, Kenya. Take the ring off, bitch. Take it off. Take that shit off for real. Because you are not married, okay? You are not married. You are not in a marriage. There is nothing to hold on to unless you just like the ring, bitch. Just say that. I still wear my ring because I like the way it looks. Don't say I still wear my ring because I honor my vows and all this other shit. Girl. Was she mad at Candy about the alimony? They said they had their side conversation. Okay. What did he say? Why are you mad at LaToya? Okay, whatever. Because LaToya was talking that shit in front of everybody. Then he says, well, that's when Porsha stuck up for you, right? Porsha stuck up for you, and she goes, thank you. It was at the time. Is that the moment? And then when Andy asked Porsha, why did you stick up for Kenya? When I tell you I saw Nene Leakes on my screen, it was the dismissing the behavior and then acting like it had nothing to do with Kenya, but everything to do with the way LaToya was acting. Girl, you are so tired and through. Oh, it's, LaToya was acting crazy. Girl, what the fuck? See, that's why the Kenya extending those thank yous and stuff like that, girl, fuck you. Because you don't mean me no good. You don't want nobody talking because you don't want nobody talking about your shit. That's why y'all shut that shit down. Because y'all don't really fucking care about Kenya and Mark and her business. Y'all don't. Otherwise... Because Kenya, where you fucked up and what you should have said to Drew when she brought up her son situation, because bitch, I sat across from you and told you what my shit was happening with the husband. What's his name? Mark. Mark doesn't want Brooklyn on this show. I cannot talk about Brooklyn, but every time you talk to me, you want to talk about my daughter, Brooklyn. So the same way I asked you not to talk about my kid and you on camera talking about my kid, don't get mad at me when I retweet about your crazy ass parenting skills, okay? That shit is crazy to me. It's like those double standards. It's like Everything that one woman has done, another woman has done. And it's like you guys are fighting and creating this conflict over the stupidest things. Kenya ain't never flirted with Ralph. Kenya didn't say shit about your son. Porsha, Kenya didn't say nothing about you in the Underground Railroad as it relates to BLM. Nothing. That's why you sitting up there lying. Like, that's why I don't like the dishonesty. And then for Drew to sit up there and say that her grandmother, when they were talking about the thing with Kenya, which I think she explained it so well. What did Porsha say? You want to extend people grace. You want somebody to forgive you that fast, right? You want somebody to forgive you fast, but you don't extend the same grace to anybody else. If I was Kenya, I would say, bitch, you put your motherfucking hands on me and I tried to be your friend. Don't say nobody's extending you grace, bitch. You sit up here and accuse Candy of premeditated rape. Don't say nobody is extending grace. Where you want grace immediately, where you don't extend it to anybody else. Girl, that's a mess. That's a mess. You're never going to outlive the Underground Railroad. Never. Nobody should ever let up off your neck behind that. She said, I had to be taught about my legacy. Girl, it's a mess. It's a mess. Candy, if a man is treating your friend horribly, maybe you should say, I think Mark and Kenya together, if Mark and Kenya were not together, he would be a nice guy. I just don't like how he's treating my friend. I don't hear any of that. It's, I really like Mark. What do you like about him? What? That he runs a business? Maybe you could say that. Maybe you could say, I like him because he runs a business. Girl, you too loud. What? I don't like that. Don't say that you like somebody who's causing me pain. I don't get it. I don't get it. Kenya. Ooh, no. It's just dumb. And then Drew trying to throw the Kenya and her mom. Y'all got to get some new material. Because what I'm going to tell you is that you and me and Kenya and Candy and Drew and Porsha and Cynthia, all of us behave in relationships based on the relationship or the lack of relationship with our caregivers, our guardians, and our parents. Okay? So stop saying that the way this woman is in her relationships is a direct effect of what went on with her mother, as if you're not in your relationship based on how your parents treated you, and your relationship with your parents and your caregivers and your guardians. Cut it out. And I'm so glad Kenya said, yes, it's true. It's true. Porsha sat up there the other day and said the reason why she maneuvers in her relationship is because of the lack of her father being there when he was supposed to, or whatever the hell. And that's why she acted a damn fool when Lauren got pregnant, when Shamia got married, and she didn't have nothing. So she went out and found anybody. Where do you think that behavior comes from? The lack of her parenting, or the way that Miss Diane taught her what was important in life. All of it. All of us. So stop using that like you're getting someone together. Like, ooh, your mama didn't want you, so that's why you enter in these relationships. Analyze your relationship. And I bet it has something to do with the way that you dealt with your father and the way that you dealt with your mother, or the person who took care of you. Okay? So stop that shit. You need to deal with the trauma with your mother. Deal with your trauma. Now I'm back to the Native American thing. And Kenya was apologizing and saying what she did. Like I said, she gave the pageant answer. We're here for it. But then Porsha chimes in and Drew chimes in. The two people who have clear evidence that we could pull up That y'all did the same exact thing. So while y'all want to point fingers, like Kenya said, y'all could have said, we all have done that. But it's about Kenya, so you're going to direct it to Kenya, even though you've done it and you've done it. And then Drew, in just full Screen Actors Guild, honey, was sitting there waiting for Drew's performance to say, my grandmother, we were at a family reunion, and it was something made by my great grandmother to honor our ancestors. So you lying on your ancestors? Okay, because that's the move. And you sit up there and lied so easy. You got a little mark right here, first of all. So what ancestors are you talking about, bitch? Because are you Hindu? What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, Drew? I don't like you just blatantly dishonest like that. Kenya, you talking about you got ants on reservations, girl. Just say, I thought I could wear it. It's part of my heritage. I don't know shit about that at all because I didn't learn anything about it. But my aunts living on reservations, girl, no. No, just be honest. Just be honest. Say I fucked up. But then Drew and Porsha, y'all fucked up too. So don't be like, well, you, and oh my God, I can't believe she did that. That was so disgusting. Bitch, you did it too. Your sister did it. So is that disgusting too? Like, come on. They said, what's his name is fighting in court so Brooklyn won't be on the show because all his things are ego driven. And you could tell there's still emotion there because when Kenya was saying everything is about you, it's all about you, she sounded like she was talking to Mark. Like, I was like, girl, that's Andy. That's not Mark right there, okay? You know what? Let me go back to the part about where the alimony thing, because no, I'm not going to go back to that because I really didn't like that. You want to take the accolades for actually being like, well, she stuck up for you, but then why did you stick up for her? And but you put it on Toya. So why are you doing like this? Like, yeah, see me, I did it. Girl, it's a mess. Anyways, then Kenya girl, we're not doing this. We're not doing this at all. The one thing I don't like what anybody does is throw the girl, our relationships are different because I got a license to get married and you didn't. You're not, I guess, legitimate through the state. The state has to legitimize your marriage in order for you to accept that, oh, my relationship is so much different than somebody else's relationship because I'm married. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Porsha said, that don't make no sense. Exactly, Porsha. It don't make no sense when Kenya said it, and it don't make no sense when your ass said it either. Hold on, let me play it.
This is a married couple situation. You don't understand it because you haven't had that yet. Yes, I do, baby girl. Yes, I do. So that's why
with your arranged marriage.
This is a married couple situation. You don't understand it because you haven't had that yet.
This is a married couple situation, and you don't understand that because you haven't had that yet. But then Kenya turns around and says, well, the difference between what's happening between me and Mark and Porsha and Dennis is that we're married. Really, when it's no different, okay? It's no different at all, okay? But Porsha says that don't make no sense. Yes, bitch, it don't make no sense. When you said it, and when y'all throw that in someone's face, your relationship with Dennis is no different than the relationship with Mark. On down to the way that you guys are being abused, okay? In the relationship. No different. So the fact that you understood that it didn't make sense, because I guarantee you, if you was married to Dennis, that would be the same card that you would pull. Trust me, because you've done it before. You've done it before, sis. Drew, why are you always talking about Kenya's marriage? They needed to do a montage because she lied immediately and says, I don't talk about her marriage. Girl, everything you said, everything that that you related Kenya's behavior to, you went and said this is the reason why the reason why her marriage is the way that it is. So you did, like, you sitting up there lying. That's what I don't like. I don't like that shit at all, y'all. I don't like it. I do not like it. You sitting up there just lying as if, bitch, there's no tape. Like, that's what I don't get it. And that's why I know the producers ain't shit, because y'all not editing this shit right. It should have been a montage of every single time Drew was talking about Kenya's marriage. Every time. Every time. But you want to get mad because she retweeted something about the conversation that your son was having with you was cringy. Your parenting skills, not Josiah. I hate when y'all do that shit. We're not talking about your kids, bitch. We're talking about your parenting. The shit was cringy. Okay? Well, you called us strays. So you tweeted, oh, all my family is all under one roof. Kenya, the read fell flat for me. It fell flat for me. Here it is. Kenya wasn't talking about you being a stray in your home. That was a way that you put that in that tweet so that you can indirectly talk about her marriage. Another example, when she was actually saying you are a stray that does not fit in with your matted hair and your costumes to this group, bitch. You're a stray. You're a stray. A stray. You and your husband, strays. Find your way back out of this show, please. Then they got on Drew and Ralph. I'm sorry, but Drew and Ralph's storyline is fake. It's fake. So I don't even feel like expelling any amount of energy on that because it's fake. The crying, fake. It's fake. Here, baby girl, Porsha, sit your ass down. You don't need to be handing Drew no goddamn tissue. Because what's no tears coming down, bitch? I'm out of here, y'all. I think I've covered everything. Hold on, let me go to my Twitter real quick. They get on my nerves. Oh, that was about contestant. We come back with Married to Medicine tomorrow. You're a liar. I don't like liars. Yeah, I said Drew is using every single stale Kenya Moore versus whoever storyline. You're using and that leads and lends to the rumor that you was a fan of Kenya Moore. So you know all of the beefs that she had with somebody, and you knew that if you wanted a instant fan base, she was the one to fuck with, and you were going to use every single issue that she had with every single woman throughout the seasons. You were going to try to use that as your storyline. Drew, you are tired and through and delayed, bitch. Send her back. I don't want to see it at all. If you want to take it low, we can get real low. Baby, let me tell you something. Take it low with Kenya Moore. And don't say nothing when that bitch takes it to the core of the earth. Do you hear me? Because take it low, girl. Take it low. And don't get mad when Kenya comes back at your ass. Okay? We're going to see. And we got 2 more episodes to go. They showed when Toya came out and she called the girl SpongeBob. Girl, you sent somebody, like that kind of stuff. You sent somebody to her room, put a camera in her face. Well, we didn't know. We didn't know, and we sent her home, bitch. You thought it was going to cause some shit. I don't like it. I don't like it, y'all. I don't like it. It's weird. And she was like, she called her petty peachless. Girl, you know that if LaToya's husband wasn't pulling a Mark Daly, that LaToya would have had a peach. Everybody has confirmed that. They had to cut everything of hers and make her a friend. So while you calling her petty peachless, you might not have one next. I pray to God you don't have one next season. I hope that you get a job where you can't, the demand of the job that is filming on location in Istanbul, so you can't be on this show, please. Candy, her face, honey, when she was looking at Drew, and when Drew was telling, I had the same face as like, girl, shut the fuck up. You sitting up here lying. Like the same way that you lied about that you the same way you lied about wearing that costume just that fast, you just sitting up there lying. That's why Candy was looking at your ass crazy, because you're a liar. Don't nobody like that. I love that she said, and my opinion doesn't change. I don't care. I think the way that you handled that situation was a disservice to your son. And she's not the only one. And like Kenya said, are you talking to me? Or are you talking to the viewers, the thousands of viewers who felt the same exact way? Well, I would think a woman card with your platform card would not. Girl, shut the fuck up. We don't believe you. You need more people, Drew. Y'all really need to stop throwing Dennis up as if he's the prize when you talking about Mark and Kenya. Y'all got to stop doing that. I don't think that there's any husband on the Housewives franchise who is a prize. Not even Todd. Todd hit the lottery and needs a place to stay. He ain't going nowhere. And Candy loves security. And he likes to work and spend up money. But none of the men on that show, Mike Hill, not a prize. Mike's hairline is receding and is probably taking a blue pill. He on his way out. He better be lucky he got somebody that looked like Cynthia fucking Bailey. Goddess of cheekbones, okay? Because he ain't no fucking prize at all. Who else? Who's the next? Who else? Dennis ain't no prize. Mark ain't no prize. Who else is there? Anybody else? Adam Ali ain't no motherfucking prize. Anybody else? So y'all need to stop throwing Dennis in people's faces as a way to compare Porsha and Kenya's relationship. Is tired. Y'all need some new material. Dennis is not anybody to be throwing up in nobody's face at all. At all. Well, y'all, let me go light my Porsha candle since they sacrificed her and she's been made into a saint. Girl, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let me know what y'all think. I think I covered everything. Did I cover everything, y'all? I don't know. I'm so annoyed talking about it because it's dumb. It's like and what did I say? Like, I don't remember what review it was, but I said the reason why I'm tired of talking about this show, because it's like one woman does it. She wants to demonize and vilify another woman for doing the same thing she did a few years ago. And it's like every single time if the comparisons, like, well, Kenya did it, well, Porsha did it, well, Candy did it, well, such and such did it. So you're in the example with the Native American thing. All of y'all did that, but y'all sitting here pointing fingers at her instead of saying we've all done it, we've all made a misstep somewhere. You sitting up here acting like you haven't done it. That's the problem. That's the problem that I have is even with Porsha, it's like a bunch of contradictions, and it's tiresome to point them out. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's full of contradictions, and as human beings, we are full of contradictions. We might feel one way, this 6 months ago, we feel a different way 6 months later, and that can happen. But my thing is, if you've done it before and I'm doing it now, maybe my sense of awareness is late or what have you, don't point the finger at me and act as if you haven't done the same exact thing and sit up there and stick your nose up. You did the same exact thing. What are you how are you sticking your nose up at me? And then say, well, people, and it's crazy because then Porsha comes back and says, you want people to forgive you right away, but you don't extend the same grace to anyone because she mentioned the Underground Railroad, and you have been extended the most grace out of everybody, Porsha. For real. Like, for real. And it's like all of these contradictions. And then when Kenya says, oh, I'm married, so the relationship is different, and Porsha goes, that doesn't make sense. But you did exactly what she's doing to you. You did that to her. And instead of being like, girl, Our relationships are no different. When I said it to you before, they weren't no different. You being married, me not being married. When I was married to Cordell and you wasn't married, and I threw that in your face, it didn't mean shit then, and it don't mean shit now. That's how you do that. But no, that should get on my nerves. I don't like. It's too much. It's like you can really create a whiteboard scenario and point out all of the women's contradictions, all of them, and it's like you guys putting your nose up. And Drew, shout out to Evelyn Lazar. That bitch is a non-motherfucking factor, girl. You're tired and through, and late. That's the problem that I have with Real Housewives of Atlanta, because all of the women have conflict with each other that contradicts something that they've done in the past. And it's tired and it's late.